All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, August 18th. If you can't tell, we are on the road, so we do have an abbreviated version of today's video. Usually we're going through each and every game on the slate, but today we have our 3/4. We're splitting one play into kind of two different ones, but 3/4 favorite plays on the board today. As always, keep an eye on the pinned comment if we want to add anything or if we want to change anything or for the best odds possible, that type of thing as well. But yeah, three plays coming your way. In terms of last night, we go 2-2. We call that the life of a sports bettor. We lose a little bit off the top. It was fun while doing it, but the Diamondbacks team total over cashes. They had 4 runs. We had them over 3.5, and then the Mariners and Pirates nerfy cashes as well. That's like the first nerfy we've cashed in, geez, I don't even know how long. We've been damn cold with those, but our Philly same game parlay doesn't come through, as well as our Padres first 5 minus 0.5 there, their run line. I was a little kind of like shocked by that. Even watching back yesterday's video, I felt like there's a few different traps on the board, and this is one where I felt like it might have been a trap line, and we still just walked right into it, which we did. But like I said, 2-2, the life of a sports bettor, gave us the entertainment for 4 different games last night. Today, like I mentioned, we have 3 different plays, but first off, we got to give a big shout out to Keith here with the ride of the day. He's keeping the vibes going, and he's staying hot here. Adolis Garcia over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He had 1 hit and 1 run, and cashes. This is now 2 in a row for Keith. He had Bryce Harper, and now he has Adolis Garcia. So looking forward to seeing what Keith throws out today. I am going to be out and about. I'm golfing today as well. So guys, make sure to check out Keith's ride of the day in the comments. I'm hoping to be able to take a screenshot and tweet it out and post it. But if I don't, we're still going to be riding with whatever he throws down in the comments. But all right, let's get into the picks. Actually, one more thing. First off, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But we still have our NFL Survivor Pool contest open. Make sure to go check it out. That link is in the pinned comment. $10 entry fee. You can enter up to 5 times, and we're going to have a payout if we fill the pool up to, I think it's like $3,000. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. $10 entry fee. Survivor pools in the NFL are really, really cool. Go ahead and check it out. That link is in the pinned comment. But what do you say we get into some games today? Appreciate everyone that tunes in when we do have these road videos, and they're a little bit less production value than what we like to do when we're at home and that type of thing. But you know what? Our road videos have come a long way. Shout out to the car videos. Who remembers those? But all right, let's get into play number 1 here. We're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks team total over 3.5. We're running it back. We played this one yesterday. We're going to roll with it yet again. I still like this offense. They're going up against lefty Jeffrey Springs today, which I don't mind whatsoever. They've hit this, and I think it's 10 of their last 11 games. Now, some games are coming in with 4, and I get it. Like yesterday, they did score 4 runs, right? But this Arizona team against lefties has just been nothing to tip your nose at. And again, going up one against one today, they're better against righties, but still, this offense cruising, right? 3rd in the last 30 days against lefties when it comes to average batting, 297, 7th in WRC plus. Now, they're not walking a lot, 22nd. That's kind of the only issue here. But that's because they're getting on base and hitting the ball so frequently. The on base would count towards that, but hitting the ball so frequently that their walk numbers look kind of down, right? But they're slugging 8th, OPS 6th, on base percentage 5th. We gotta love this spot here, and we're gonna get a ton of fastballs, changeup, and sliders. It's pretty much a 3-pitch pitch mix. He does throw the sinker 1.2% of the time, aka the dude's thrown like 1 sinker this year. But against fastballs, Arizona last 30 days 8th best when it comes to that in terms of runs above average. The slider 7th best, and then the changeup 2nd best in the league in the last 30 days. Now, I would also consider peeking at Diamondbacks money line. Zach Gallen's on the mound for Diamondbacks. I decided just to go with the over 3.5, but I wouldn't hate the idea of splitting a unit, going team total over 3.5, and just backing them on the money line or first 5 money line, because to be honest, you do have some odds that I think are, good enough in a sense when it comes to this. Right now, you can get Arizona money line for -115 as well. So if you like that more, if you just want to trust Gallen and, even I guess you could say the bullpen in a sense over this Tampa Bay bullpen, sure. But this Tampa Bay bullpen at times has looked much better than this Arizona bullpen has looked at times. But overall, this Tampa Bay team, I'm sticking with what I like. They're going up against a righty. You know what? I don't think they hit righties very well, but I elected to go for the the team total there. But again, I don't mind Diamondbacks on the money line whatsoever either. All right, next play we have the Cubs and Toronto. First five under five. It's a little bit juicy. You can get this for way better odds at 4.5, which I think it's like -120 on FanDuel right now. I'm saying let's pay up the juice. I like the idea of a potential 3-2 finish, giving us push potential here. But the reason I like this one is really going to come down to Justin Steele on the mound. I wanted to look at Toronto's team total under and all that. Just really couldn't get there. But overall, Justin Steele, obviously a really good pitcher. He's pitching against a Toronto team that does not hit lefties very well. Last 30 days here, 22nd in average, 22nd in WRC plus, 21st in on base, 22nd in OPS, ISO 17th, and slugging 20th, right? So not a very good team against lefties, and Justin Steele isn't necessarily a lefty that you want to be not good against coming into form, right? Because he is a very good pitcher. Now, he has one spot start in his last couple starts that didn't look all that great. That was against Cincinnati, but his last start he bounced back. It was against the White Sox. The start before that, he bounced back as well. Looked pretty damn decent, I would say. And overall, you still have two offenses here that aren't all that tremendous. Yesterday, with two worse pitchers on the mound, by the way, Chris Bassett on the mound for Toronto. Don't love him, but, actually, I guess you can't say two worse pitchers, but you do have a way better pitcher on the Cubs side. But yesterday, this game had 6 runs after 5 innings, right? And then they scored a bunch more in the ninth. So overall, it's like if you have another pitcher on the mound added to the equation like Justin Steele, I don't see a reason why they would go up and over 5. I think this is a low-scoring game. I don't mind the under full game either, but you kind of have two bullpens here that anything can happen. Chicago's been way better as of late. Toronto definitely hasn't, so I'm just going first 5 under in this spot, really backing Justin Steele and hoping that this Toronto lineup doesn't touch him that much, because this Cubs lineup, we haven't even talked about them. I understand that Chris Bassett isn't all that great, but against right-handed pitchers last 30 days, Cubs second to last in average, 5th worst in WRC plus, and bottom 5 in on base percentage, OPS, ISO, and slugging. So even though I'm backing Justin Steele for the majority of this pick, I don't sit here and maintain the idea that the Cubs are going to get to Steele or get to Toronto overall. So give me Chicago and Toronto first 5 under 5. Again, if you like it at 4.5, that's totally fine. You're getting a way better number in terms of odds, but I'm paying a little bit of juice here. You know what? We're away for the weekend. Let's go safe. You know what I mean? So Toronto and Chicago first 5 under 5. All right, and our last play, like I said, we had 3/4. We're splitting this unit into one. I like the Braves first 5 minus the half. Chris Sale listed as the starter here for the Braves. That's obviously a huge factor in this play against a LA lineup that I don't really think is all that great. So I went Braves first 5 minus 0.5. Griffin Canning's on the mound for the Angels, so obviously you have a massive pitching advantage here for the Braves. Now, their offense has struggled a little bit, and you could say that the Angels' offense has been pretty good against lefties, but what offense has looked good against Chris Sale, right? He's not just your typical lefty here, and he's going up against a team in which, yes, they've looked at lefties pretty well, but they're not the best offense overall, and Griffin Canning has stunk out loud, right? So I think this is a good bounce back spot. I think the Braves get to Canning early, and Chris Sale doesn't let the Angels get to him. They lost 3-2 yesterday. Schwellenbach pitched, I think it was like 5 innings. Soriano only went 3, and the Braves still end up losing that game, right? So just have a lead after 5. This one was a tie game yesterday. I think it was either 1-1 or 2-2 after the first 5. So something like that again, I wouldn't mind, as long as the Angels aren't at the same level as the Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, this could easily be a 3-2 first 5 or a 2-1 first 5, that type of thing. So just trusting Chris Sale overall, right? He's been absolutely dominant this season, and at home, .96 whip, a FIP of 2.1, 2.55 expected FIP, a batting average against on the road of 195, and a K rate of 35%. I think this guy's going to do pretty damn well against this LA team, even though some of their numbers look decent against the left-handed pitcher. But one thing I want to call out in terms of them batting against lefties, they have, relatively speaking, no power against lefties. They have just been able to get on base and get hits, which doesn't always lead to a boatload of runs. So if Chris Sale lets a guy on base, sure, he'll probably strike out the next 18. You know what I mean? So I like them first 5 run line. And then I went with the double result. If you don't know what the double result is, it's essentially taking that first 5 run line and parlaying it with the money line as well. As in, you have to be winning after the first 5, not tied, but winning after the first 5, and then also win the game. That's what a baseball double result bet is. You can get that on a bunch of books. So similar, reasoning and rationale for the first half, because it is the first half. I like Chris Sale here. But even when you look at these bullpens, Atlanta on the season season, third best ERA out of the bullpen, whip the 10th best, LA 13th best when it comes to that whip perspective. That's the closest, but that ERA at 19, we did see, a decent bullpen performance out of, I guess you could say both teams, but definitely the Angels yesterday and not allowing the Atlanta to come in late with some runs. So I like the idea of them not doing that 2 days in a row. So I like the double result here as well, just for some better odds and kind of mixing it up. But I will say the second doesn't happen without the first happening. So these odds aren't all that different, but just for minus 135 and minus 120, I think that's a 15-cent jump. That's worth it if that makes sense. If you just want to roll with this and if you want to tail it or if you want to fade it, just take the first 5 because it's not like we're going to a crazy number for the double result. But I think that 15-cent jump could work. And if the Braves win after 5, I expect that bullpen to kind of keep them going. That's why I'm just saying, okay, take half this unit and get maybe a little bit more value. But I'm totally understanding if someone's like, what's the point? Just take the first 5. That has to happen anyways, right? It does. But I think that for that minus 120, you just get that teeny bit more, 15 cents of value there if they go and win the game as well. And if they win the first 5 and then don't win this, whatever, it's kind of a wash. We lose a little bit off the top. But guys, it's going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we have any other plays added or if anything changes and anything like that. But yeah, appreciate everyone that tunes in even on these road videos. I know they're like a third of the time. Sometimes they're not even 10 minutes like this one is. But if you made it this far, go ahead and comment 10. Appreciate and love you guys all. Make sure you join that NFL Survivor contest. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. That's going to be super fun this NFL season. It'll give you something to do each and every week as we head into the season. If you don't know what the Survivor contest is, we have rules right there on the page. So go ahead and check it out. But that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.